Yeah, so we're
I think we should walk through there.
That's a good idea, actually. We'll walk into there because you never know.
I think if I was a Sasquatch, that's where I would hide at night, right there.
There might be trolls. I mean, you know the whole story of trolls living in bridges.
They live under bridges.
They live under bridges, but could that story of trolls living under bridges actually be stories of Sasquatches living under bridges?
It could have, but I would tend to think they would be juvenile Sasquatches because trolls are not reported to be very large.
Okay.
But really mean.
Yeah.
And intimidating.
Yeah. Maybe it's a different branch of the species.
It could be. It could be like the orang Pandek. It could be.
True.
You know, you never know. But yeah, I think if I was coming in here at night, I would hunker down by these drainage pipes, because on the other side over there, it's very thick and it's a floodplain and there's tons of sand and you can find all kinds of tracks and stuff over there.
Well, these provide. I mean, if it's not flooded, these would provide natural protection from the weather and the elements as well. So it would be it's almost a cave. It's a man-made cave, if you will.
I don't know though, because if it's really bad weather, that would be not a good place to be. Because if it's flooding, you wouldn't be able to breathe. The water level would be up.
It would be a problem. But if it's just sprinkling, then it would be a good.
It's just
source
a mild
of elements.
storm.
I mean, if you're trying to get out of the weather, trying to get out of the nighttime, at nighttime, people, animals, people want to be sheltered, right?
Yes.
Admit it. You know it's true. So, where are they going to go? If you're cold and you need to preserve your body heat, you're going to go into something like that, right?
But metal's cold.
You're right. I mean, maybe it would be
Earth
better.
would be warmer.
Okay, I get your point. Stop berating me. So maybe you would build a mound of maybe some pine leaves or something instead.
Some sort of a wick up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway, this is a floodplain. You can bring I'm joking. Know that. I'm just so wacky. This is a floodplain that's really interesting. You've got all the roots exposed. This is just, it's almost like third worldish. And I mean, I could imagine this whole valley right here being filled with water rushing towards these pipes going that direction. If you think about the direction of the water is stepping down. So that means there's probably a valley or a bigger stream that direction. And so if you were lost, for instance, you would follow the flow of the water. And so the assumption may be that Sasquatches do the same thing, right?
Yeah, they would navigate with it.
Animals tend to drive towards water, so it makes sense that Sasquatches are going to follow these streams to look for food sources, small animals, and they'll have access to water, and it's a natural navigation way to bigger streams, and potential meeting places for other Sasquatches. Family units, I could imagine, would use this as a, if they communicate in a somewhat intelligible way, the very base communication would be around travel, food, and the ways to meet up. And natural, waterways provide that avenue of a common sense avenue for these animals. What's coming to mind?
Nothing.
Keep going. We got to talk. This is a great place. Because they'll cut out just pieces that they want. We won't use the whole thing. There's just little segments that'll be pulled out, and this is just a great little area. The branches getting pushed up against the trees, the shallow water, all that stuff. You gotta say more. Say what comes to mind. It doesn't have to be right. It just has to be crazy. Like your comment about going into that. That's brilliant, actually. We're gonna have you go into there and walk through it if you can, and you'll walk out of it. The tunnel, the big tunnel.
Yeah.
You need to read a book.
About what?
It's called The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. Did I tell you about it?
Yes. Am I a dysfunction?
No.
Am I not a good teammate?
No, it's not about you being dysfunctional. It's about challenging. It's about